Meeting, the public, this meeting will become to order. Please, clerk, open the roll so we can take attendance.
Delegate Aird is present.
Delegate Aird is present. Delegate Walker.
Present.
Delegate Walker is present. Delegate Avoli. Delegate Avoli. Madam Chair, we have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. So let's get it started. There's gonna be two bills that we have to refer to appropriations. So why don't we call the first bill? Senate Bill 1321, Senator Boyce. She was in judiciary with me, so I'm not sure if she is with us right now. So we may want to call Senator Mason.
Okay.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're here. Okay, Senator Boyce, go.
I just got
Welcome
here.
welcome to the multitasking.
I know. I was just with you a second ago. And
Thank you.
So anyway, Madam Chairwoman and members of the subcommittee, Senate Bill 1321 adds new language to the Code of Virginia to provide for adoption of a child by a person with a legitimate interest as defined by the existing code. The adoption will confirm an existing relationship, legalizing responsibilities of caring for the child. Should one parent be unavailable, the child will still be provided for. This bill puts children of unmarried same-sex couples as well as other unmarried people who are raising children together, such as grandparents, on equal footing with the other children of Virginia. The confirmatory parent will share in the legal benefits and responsibilities of parenting that child. With so many parents struggling with health issues during the COVID pandemic, with financial issues, and the opioid addiction crisis, this is an additional tool providing for the security and healthcare access of two legal parents. 15 other states, DC, and one territory already allow parents to petition for a second parent adoption statewide, regardless of their marital status. I have advocates here with me, including family law attorneys in the Zoom, available to answer any of your questions. And I hope that it is the pleasure of the subcommittee to report this bill to the full House committee. Thank you. And I have V. Lamick with Equality Virginia, Mary Romeller, State Policy of Family Equality. I believe that I have Colleen Quinn as well, a family law attorney and board member of the Virginia Family Law Coalition.
Oh, thank you, Senator. Clerk, why don't we call members of the public first? Those who are in position and in favor of the bill.
Yes, Madam Chair. We have 4 people signed up to speak for the bill. The first person is Valerie Lahara.
Good morning, Madam Chair and members of the subcommittee. This is Valerie LaRue from the Virginia Poverty Law Center. We support this bill because it will bring stability and security to more children, and that is really important. Children who have more supports and security will have a much more secure and safe life and be less likely to experience a lot deleterious effects of poverty. So we support this bill. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next speaker is V. Lamneck. V.
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the subcommittee. It's nice to see you all this morning. My name is V. Lamneck. I'm the Executive Director of Equality Virginia, and we support the bill. As the Senator mentioned, this bill simply puts the children of unmarried LGBT couples on equal footing, the same as other children here in Virginia. When straight heterosexual parents have a biological child together, the legal relationship between that child and both of their parents is automatically established, even if they're not married. The same is not true for unmarried LGBT couples. And We think that this puts the children of LGBT couples at risk since they're not able to access benefits like healthcare or child support funds, Social Security through both parents. We know that about 20% of LGBT couples in Virginia are currently raising children together, and many of those couples are not married actually for a variety of personal reasons. So to us, the bottom line is that marriage should not be required between two parenting adults in order for them to have the full legal ability to provide for the child. And we ask that you support this bill. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Madam Chair, our next speaker is Mary Rommler.
Good morning, Madam Chair and members of the subcommittee. I am Mary Romeller. I am a resident of Fairfax County, and I'm co-director of state policy for family equality. We are in strong support of this bill because it fills a gap in Virginia law and makes it easier for kids to have the legal benefits and protections of parentage through both of their parents. And it ensures both parents have equal responsibility for the child's medical care, academic and educational needs, cultural and religious upbringing, and financial security. Kids don't get to decide whether or not their parents get married, but as has been noted already, kids of different sex couples automatically get the protection of two legal parents regardless of whether their parents choose to marry. And this bill simply puts children of unmarried same-sex couples on equal footing. And it provides a pathway to legally confirm parent-child relationships that already exist with both of their parents but are just simply not recognized right now by Virginia law. And it allows a sole legal parent to allow someone who's already co-parenting the child, even if it regardless of romantic relationships, so as we mentioned, a grandparent, an aunt, someone who is already sharing in that role as a parent, to adopt the child to ensure that the child receives the legal benefits and responsibilities of parenting. Since this bill provides these important protections to children, we urge you to vote in favor. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Next speaker.
Madam Chair, our final speaker for this bill, speaking for it, is Colleen Quinn.
Good morning, Madam Chairperson and members of the subcommittee. Can you hear me just fine? Great. Thank you so much. My name is Colleen Quinn. I'm a lawyer with Locke & Quinn in Richmond, Virginia, and I run the Adoption and Surrogacy Law Center. I've done adoption law for about 32 years now. And as mentioned, I am on the board of the Virginia Family Law Coalition. I also fortunately served as president. I'm a past president of the Academy of Adoption and Assisted Reproduction Attorneys, and also co-wrote the last 4 editions of the Virginia CLE book, Adoption Procedures and Forms for Virginia Lawyers. Over the past 10 years of my practice, I have seen a desperate need for the legislation presented by Senator Boysko to be confirmed. I keep seeing incident after incident of cases where children need more legal security with both parents, and especially with the opioid crisis, I've seen a big increase in co-parenting by what I would call untraditional families. I see moms co-parenting with their daughters where the biological father has died. I see 2 foster parents. I've seen paternal and maternal grandparents co-parenting together. A lot of different situations, including the LGBTQ situations previously mentioned. Just a couple of months ago, I had a call from an ex-boyfriend who had been with his girlfriend for 10 years. For various reasons, they had chosen not to get married, but he had co-parented the 2 little girls for 10 years. And his ex-girlfriend wanted him to adopt the girls. There was no biological father. The biological father was deceased. And it was just another example where we needed to give more legal stability to these 2 little girls, and I was not able to do so under the current law. Senator Boysko's bill will allow me to be able to secure legal stability for these kids that really can use 2 parents. We'll have 2 parents that will now provide sources of income, Social Security income. They can inherit from the other parent. So there are just so many reasons why to pass this bill, and I support it in its entirety. I will tell you that persons with legitimate interest is well defined in the case law, and it does include persons that have been significantly involved with the child, including foster parents. So that is a well-defined term. I think it's an extremely appropriate term. That was an amendment to the bill, and I think it was an excellent amendment. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Well, we don't have any more members from the public. Does any members of the subcommittee have any questions to the patron? Okay, it seems like there's no questions. This subcommittee works in motions.
Madam Chair, I was about to move to report, but I see Delegate Tran's hand raised.
All right, hold on one second. I didn't show me that. So Delegate Tran.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to second that motion then and speak to the motion.
Oh, all right. Thank you.
I don't know if I can.
Well, yeah, that's fine. Well, the bill it's being moved to report by Delegate Delaney and seconded by Delegate Tran. Delegate Tran.
Thank you. I really appreciate this bill and hearing from the public about its importance. I think it recognizes the many different ways that families form today. And that people come together to care for our children. I do believe it takes a village to raise a child, and I think this helps to make sure that every members of that village are acknowledged and through the legal system. So I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Delegate Tran. We would like to recognize Mr. Chairman Sickles that is with us this morning as well. Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Clerk, open the rolls.
Delegate Walker.
Nay.
Delegate Walker votes nay. Madam Chair, all members have voted.
All right, thank you, Madam Clerk. The bill is report and refer to appropriations in a vote 5-1. Senator Boysko, we will see you. I don't think the bill will be heard again in full committee, but if you can just be available just in case any members of full committee have a question. But thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam Chair and members of the committee. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you. Very nice to see you.
Good to see you
Senator
too.
Mason. Yes, Senator Mason.
Good morning, Madam Chair. How are you today?
I'm all right, Senator. Very nice to see you. Please tell us about your bill.
Yes, ma'am. Senate Bill 1328. I'm proud to follow my close friend, Senator Boysko, on another measure that focuses on the well-being of children and flexibility. This is the state Ken Gap guardianship assistance program that we've worked on for a while. And if I were with you, I'd share this diagram, and you wouldn't be terribly impressed with it. It's not all that fancy, but it is the federal Ken Gap program. And the first box, it says, are you the licensed foster parent of a child who is your relative? And if the answer is no, you're out of the federal kinship program. And so what we are trying to do at a state level is provide more flexibility for kin and fictive kin, which means, not blood relation, but a good, close, personal, familial relation with the child. And it seems to be a long bill, but it really just references the new program. If you go to line 1157 on your PDF, you'll see the crux of the bill. And it essentially lays out exactly the criteria that it takes to be a participant. Child has to be removed from a home, has to be in the department for more than 90 days, strong attachment to kin, or consultation with a child over 14. So it lays out more flexibility for our ability to place. But then as you go down to D, it says very clearly the protective kinship guardian is eligible for kinship under the program if. And so it still lays out a very rigorous, the relative of foster homes approved, qualified waiver, enter into a written kinship assistance program. So it still sets up very structured guidelines for a child that, remember, has been in the system for over 90 days. And we're trying to see if we can find a home with more permanency for the child. So that is kind of the structure and the nuts and the bolts. This has to go, of course, to finance. And I, too, am very glad to see Chairman Sickles here this morning. because this is an interesting one. This one, actually, I'm going to have to get my abacus and my slide rule out when I go to appropriations, because this one shows a savings of $360,000 to DSS by doing the program and a net cost of like $45,000. That's a $1.1 million swing since last year that we are simply euphoric about. I look forward to having that conversation if we can get out of here and head to the money room. But Madam Chairman, that's the bill, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Senator Mason. Why don't we, do we have any questions for Senator Mason, members of the subcommittee? Okay, being none. Yes, Mr. Chairman, sure. Have the floor.
Thank you. I just, I know that the senator has been pursuing this in this subject area for several years now. And I'm just curious, this is a lot of new language. What have you brought this before and failed and now finally got everybody on board? Or how come we have a bill now that's so substantive and we finally got to this? I mean, I'm congratulating you.
Madam Chair, Mr. Uber Chair, we ran into a little speed bump over on your side of the family last year because we had a fiscal impact statement that showed $840,000 a year. So we put it in the Senate budget, but when it came to your side, y'all had focused on waivers. And so it just didn't match up. Let's say I persisted a bit over the summer on where that came from. And so that changed a bit. So the substance is essentially the same, Madam Chair. Maybe we laid out a little bit. We attacked some of the federal requirements and added a bit more flexibility. But the bulk of that, Mr. Chair, is essentially the same from where we came last year.
Right.
So, Madam
Go
Chair,
ahead, Mr. Chairman.
In summary, you have a more accurate fiscal impact statement now, and you always suspected this would save money, but now you have proven it to some guru in the DPB or somewhere else that this does actually save money. Is that right?
Madam Chair, Mr. Chair, it started as tiny last year and grew to gargantuan. We reviewed it in the off season and started talking about some of the savings associated with not having them in the full system, but having them in a place where we provided compensation, but at a lesser amount for a fictive kin or a relative. And yes, sir, I like to think that's what happened. I'd love to say I found the pixie dust or the magic wand, but I don't think I have. But I do think this is a more accurate representation of what we're trying to accomplish there.
Yeah, thank you, Madam.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Do we have any additional questions for Senator Mason, members of the subcommittee?
Madam Chair?
Yes, Delegate Tran.
Just a question or a comment to the patron, please.
Sure.
I think the FIS process is, it seems sometimes like it requires fairy dust. So if you are able to share how you got one that helps to reduce the cost of our program, please do share that dust with the rest. And I leave that to the appropriations.
Madam Chair, Delegate Tran, if you'll share your assistant with me, I think we can work something out.
Thank you. Thank you, Delegate. Do we have any additional questions for the Senator? All right. Do we have anyone, Madam Clerk, in opposition or in favor of the bill?
Madam Chair, we have one person signed up to speak in favor of the bill. That person is Valerie LaRue.
Good morning, Madam Chair and members of the committee. Valerie LaRue from Virginia Poverty Law Center, and I'm speaking on behalf of myself and the Poverty Law Center, also on behalf of Allison Gilbreth of Voices for Virginia's Children. And the advocates who have been working on getting KinGap funding for relatives are really very thankful to Senator Mason for persisting in bringing this bill. A few years ago, we finally got a federally funded KINGAP bill passed. That bill, unfortunately, only impacts because of the federal restrictions, only impacts a very small number of children. Virginia, as I'm sure you've been hearing, has a terrible problem with getting children to exit foster care to a permanent home. And this will really help with that. A lot of times relatives want to take children and they just don't have the financial means to do so. And without the restrictions that the federal requirements place, this will enable many more children to exit foster care. That will, of course, result in savings to our system, but also, and more importantly, will result in stability and safety for children with people that they know and love, and that is the most important thing. So on behalf of Virginia Poverty Law Center and Voices for Virginia's Children and the Foster Care Coalition, we thank Senator Mason for bringing this bill and urge you to support it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, I believe we don't have any more additional members from the public. Do we have any additional questions for Senator Mason or the speaker?
Madam Chair, I would like to suggest that M. Parente she's only here in case I fall in a hole, so I don't think she needs to speak, but I do want to thank her and the team at DSS that have stuck with this over the past couple of years and worked very hard to try to find a way. So she's on, and I just want to express my appreciation to her, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Do we have a motion for the bill?
Second.
All right. This bill, it's been moved to report by Delegate Aird and seconded by Delegate Delaney. It's going to go to appropriations, so it's going to be refer and report. So, Madam Clerk, please open the rolls. All right, Senator Mason, Clerk, please close the rolls. Your bill has reported 6-0. It will go to full committee. It's with no opposition, so congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, members of the committee. I'll have a nice day.
You too. Thank you. All right. I believe this concludes our agenda. Is that accurate, Madam Clerk?
That's correct.
All right. So I will, with that being said, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Okay.
All right. So we'll see you guys in full committee. Bye. Thank you.